Say amen. Amen. Well, the foundation of Scripture is found where? Who can tell me? There you go, Romans 8, chapter 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. I endeavor, because God has made it available to us, Romans 8 and 14, that we can be led by His Spirit. I'd be more excited than that if I was you. Because, see, He's the creator of the universe, knows all, sees all, and He knows the strategic places to place us that we can get the maximum benefits of being alive. I'm going to try that again. That we can get the maximum benefits of being alive. I'm alive, I'm not dying anytime soon, so I want to get the best out of my life. What about you? For that to happen, you have to learn how to be led by God's Spirit. And you can always trust His Spirit or His counsel, because He always counsels according to His word. Let me try that again. God always counsels according to His word. Let me try it again. God always counsels according to His word. Look what it says in Psalms 23. We all know it. You know, it used to tickle me. The children would sing it, but you could tell they were just singing it. They have no idea what it meant. But I've learned in the course of this wonderful thing called life, pay attention to what the Bible's saying. Psalms 23 verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd. Shepherd means that He's the one that's there to protect me. Amen. To guide me to the right place to eat. To guide me to the right place for protection. Keep the wolves away. He says, the Lord is my shepherd. I'm not in this wonderful thing called life by myself. I don't have to make decisions by myself. I have a privilege, I have an honor, I have a place I can go to, and God will instruct me. He's invited me to come and include Him into my life. That's right. Come on, man. Yes. You know, I like this example. I haven't used it in a while. I have the keys to my mama's house. I have the keys. I have the permission to go into all her accounts because she knows me. She trusts me. Right. I can't go walk in the White House. Even though my taxes pay for part of it. Yeah. It may be a small part, but it's paying for some of it. But I mean, they may let me take a tour, but I just can't go walk up in there because I'm not known there. Right. But where I'm known at, I have full access. So when I say the Lord is my shepherd, I'm telling God and reminding myself that I'm not in this life by myself. I wish I had some other people that was listening. He says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. My days of being broke are over. My days of being in debt are over. Well, Pastor, we know you owe the water bill, the light bill. That's all right, I may owe it, but I'm saying what the Word says. Because I believe the Word over what it looks like in the natural. Because at one time there was no world. He said it was just a void. But God spoke it into existence. And so all I'm doing is doing like He does. Because I work with this guy, he in Monroe. I never forget it. When the water bill or the light bill hit, he paid it. He didn't wait for the grace period. Come on now, don't play me like y'all know what I'm talking about. He didn't wait for the grace period. And see, now, you got all these, you got the texts and the notices to let you know this, that, and the other. And I missed it again. I look on there, it says, pay the light bill. I didn't see it. And guess what them people did? Click. And I called them people after I paid it. I paid the whole bill. So y'all better turn my lights on. I said, why? I said, my wife gonna kill me. If she get in and can't open that garage door, I'm in trouble. And she had the best time. She was laughing, and you know, she even kind of prayed for me. She said, oh Lord, I hope the man. He showed up, he came within about 20 minutes. Said, all you do is ring the doorbell. And I want to know, hey, I got a lot going on. This is, I pay about 3 or 4 light bills, so I slipped up. I know. And then it doesn't bother my credit if I don't pay it on time. But the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not be in. So it means that he's willing to supply all of my needs. Amen? But the catch or the click or the part to it, I got to go to him. Hello? I'm not trying to lead my life apart from God. What about you? He making me lie down. In other words, my days of worrying are over. I lost some of y'all on that. My days of worrying are over. He says, he maketh me. When I trust him, I have no reason to worry. Because I read what he said in Matthew, with men it is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. So it is possible for me to trust God and not worry. Oh, I wish I had some help right there. Am I losing my audience? It is possible for you or me to learn how to trust God and not worry. But it's going to take some spiritual work. He making me lie down in the green pastures. He leading me. He's trying to tell me something. He wants to lead me. He leaded me beside the still waters. In other words, peace. I don't know what it is about water. Maybe because when we're going through the gestation, well, they say gestation for animals, but when you're going through that period where you're in the womb of your mother, you're encapsulated by water. Maybe that's what it is. But it's just something about water. That water gives me peace. What about you? I love to hear it. I know they make you pay the most money to get by the water, even though they got snakes and deer coming up. But I want to be by the water. He restoreth my soul. In other words, he's put me in right order. I'm getting excited. I'm trying some help. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the path of unrighteousness. What? He leadeth me in the path of unrighteousness. Oh, y'all reading the Bible? God wants to lead me, just like he wants to lead you, in the path of righteousness. Where you in right standing with God, to where you are executing life with spiritual precision. You're flowing through the things of God, and everything is coming up the way God said it would. Amen. He said he's going to make it work for your good. So even though you're dealing with this challenge or that, but he's going to make it work for your good because he's leading you. He's leading you. Now listen, you got a head, you got a body that's going to resist God. I can tell you that now. That's why in Romans 12 he says, let me renew your mind. Let me train you how to trust what I put in your spirit. Not how you feel. Because you know that body is what got you in trouble. That's why everybody's not built like an Adonis, like me. You know, I still can't get over. I was really upset when I'm watching Rico lifting them dumbbells for Sister Patsy's demonstration. I said, well, why didn't you ask for me? And she used intricate wisdom. She said, you don't have a set of dumbbells. I said, that's right. He restored my soul. He leaded me in the paths of righteousness. For his name's sake. I'm getting excited. See, this is becoming alive to me. Psalms chapter 23, verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Now, what's so important about that? It looks like it's going to kill you. It looks like you can't make it. It looks like it's not going to work. But what I know, I go back to the first scripture The Lord is my shepherd. Amen. And he said he's going to make it work for my good. Yeah. So even though it don't look like it, I don't have to be concerned by how it looks. Yeah. I'm developed in trusting the word because he told me in Hebrews, he says, I can take the word of God and paint the kind of world I want. Oh my God. Y'all read Hebrews 12, Hebrews 11. Hebrews 11. Where he talks about my mouth in conjunction, in submission to the word of God, I can paint the world I want. No sickness and disease. Live a long, satisfied life. Be led by the Spirit. In my health, my wealth, my thinking. Oh my God. You know, and see, I was listening to, can't think of a real name, her famous character was Claire Huxtable. And she said one of the first things she learned in college when she was taking acting was don't judge the character. Because the character thinks he's right. And so when she said that, that clicked into me. Because when I'm reading the Bible, I'm not going to judge the people so much. I'm going to judge me by the word. Amen? Because see, the reason these people have done some of the things they did in the Bible, they thought they were. And it made sense to me. You know, because I can't, you know, come on. I haven't seen that woman in a while. The one that was walking around with the basket talking to herself. I pray for every time I see it. Now, if you would stop her, she thinks she's right. Now, we know better, at least I hope we do. And then there's some other individuals I've watched. That gentleman that we see close to the bridge, unclean, he thinks he's right. But you see, if we don't let God invade our thinking, we can think we're right even though we're wrong. Amen. 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 Verse 4, chapter 23, Psalms. Yea, though I walk through, I'm not going to stop because I'm having a hard time. Right. Through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I will not let fear rule me. I'm not going to let fear stop me from doing new things. Right. Going new places. Yes. Right. Accomplishing what God called me to do. Yes. As long as I know God is on my side, I'm headed in the right direction. Yes. Even though my knees may be shaking, the goosebumps or whatever them bumps are called on my back, the hairs on the back of my may be standing up, I've been there. But you know, when we went into the court system defending our rights, I wasn't worried. Only God could pull this off. I couldn't, I wouldn't work because I'm like, God, I'm only here because of you. And even though there were lots of natural things we had to do and it cost us, but each time, God did it. He met the need. Maybe not as fast as I want. I know, we say he's a whole time God. But God's going to do it in his time. But the thing is, I got to know I'm in his time. I'm in his grace. I'm in his position. Why? Because the Lord is my shepherd. I wish I had more help than that. Yea, verse 4, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because thou art with me. When you have the creator of the universe, the King of all kings, Lord of all lords, El Shaddai, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nissi, with you, living on the inside of you, why should you be afraid? Amen. Why should I be afraid because the doctor gave me a negative report? I know how to go to God to get my healing. Amen? Amen. Why should I be afraid because the loan people want to talk to me? I know how to go to God to get rid of these debts. I wish I had some help. But y'all just say, oh, call ID. I'm not going to answer. Oh, I don't know that number. He says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For though thou art with me, is God with you? Yeah. Do you know that you know that you know God is with you? Yeah. Then you have no reason to be afraid. If you know it in your spirit. I know you may be shaking, you may be sweating, you may be nervous. They laughed at me. One of the greatest honors is that my daughter and her husband asked me to perform their wedding. And I was a little concerned, but I was prayed up, and I was ready. And I did it. I walked her down the aisle, then I changed positions, and I said the ceremony. I handled it like God would want me to. But Lord, when we walked down that aisle, after nobody could see me with my wife, I broke down. Lord, my baby got married. But you see, the Lord was with me. So it helped me. My uncle, think about it, did it. Well, his uncle couldn't say help, he said hope. The Lord hoped me. He hoped me. And he gave me strength. And I'm just trying to tell you, if you're going to live some type of way, the way God wants you to live, you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid where he sends you. You can't be afraid to go where he tells you to go. You got to stand up and believe God. Yes. Amen? Amen. Because when we were coming back from Missouri, I'm in a rented vehicle, new, and we was hitting it. And man, I was coming up and down the mountains, and I don't know how fast I was going. I was getting a little tired. And this man gonna pull me over with his lights. Wanted to talk to me. But when he pulled me over, I showed him credentials. He said, go ahead. Y'all get that tomorrow. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you're going to have to go through some things. I wish I could tell you you didn't. You know, as I was sharing with this young man earlier, we protected our children as much as we could until we believed they were strong enough to make it on their own. You know, we did all we could. We kept them in a concealed environment till we could keep teaching them to where when they went out, they may have some issues, but they won't go far straight. The Bible says, if you train up a child when it was young, it will not depart when it was old. Yeah, we spanked, we didn't beat. You know, and I know they hated it because I would talk to them. I would talk to them before I put them paws on them. I know they didn't like it. But I wanted them to understand now what you've done is created a situation. Now I'm going to have to reprimand you, but first I'm going to explain to you why. I wish I know as much as I know now about children. When I was raising them, just in the manual I had wasn't working to some degree, but we got through it. He says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, this word of God is a rod. Yes. And thy staff, they comfort me. Yes. You are in the midst of a circumstance or a situation, and you need comfort. Yes. Turn to the word of God. Yes. Yes. I know Pacalola will give you some relief, but it has a problem with it. I know Crown Royal will take care of something, but it has an issue with it. Don't make like you don't know what I was talking about. I said Pacalola. Cecily. First time we went to Jamaica, as soon as we got off the plane, guy said, got some good smoke? I said, huh? He said, got some good smoke? I said, huh? I said, oh, no. And here your Lord has blessed us and we're going back to Jamaica. But you ain't gonna worry about me smoking this time. I may have not had the wisdom 30-something years ago. I got none. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And look, this is what I love about God. He's always prepared. Right. He never, you can never fool God. You can never catch him off guard. He's always prepared. Amen. He's always he's got it all figured out even before I get there. Right. So why would I try and do this on my wisdom alone? When I can go to God? He clearly says, he says, thou preparest a table before me. And let me tell you, when God set a table, it's good, baby. It's good. In the presence of my enemies. Oh, come on now, talk to me. You better be on the Lord's side, because that's whose side I'm on. But if not, don't worry. You're going to be sitting there wanting to come in, but you can't. I hear you knocking at the door. You can't come in. I don't love you no more. Y'all get that tomorrow. You see, where you get all them songs from? I was listening. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemy. You got more than one enemy. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth. In other words, you got enough to share with others. Now here the part I almost could start running when I start reading. Surely. That's me. Surely. Goodness and mercy shall follow me. If I turn to this way, goodness and mercy. If I turn this way, goodness and mercy. If I turn this way, goodness and mercy. Everywhere I go, baby. Everywhere I go, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I ain't worried about you pulling me over. Goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. I ain't worried about you being my enemy. You're going to watch me enjoy while you're going to have to see what God promised. I'd rather you sit at the table with me. I don't always like to eat alone. Amen? You know, because this weekend we're going to celebrate graduates. And so we don't want to eat alone. All these hot dogs and hamburgers and all this other good stuff we're going to have. We don't want to eat alone. But we have to know that God has given us great wealth. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, because I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Because see, this is what I love about God. He will not kick you out the house of God. Amen. You can put yourself out, but not want to stay or obey. But he'll never put you out. If you want to be in his house, you don't have to leave. I wish I had more help than that. I wish I had more help than that. Because see, this got me riled up when God dropped that in my spirit. Because when you look at Exodus 14, Exodus chapter 14, this is a speech that Moses gave when they was wanting to go back into hell. They was wanting to go back into Egypt. But Moses says something that just stirs me up. What about you? Maybe if I read it, you get more excited. He's telling them, I tell you what, let's start at verse 12. This is the people God sent Moses to deliver. This is what they said in verse 12. Is it not this word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? God never intended you to serve anybody but him. Hello? Amen. Not somebody that's going to enslave you and starve you. Right. No, he wants you to serve him. Right. He says, for if it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians. No, it wasn't better. Then that we should die in the wilderness. God never wants you to die in the wilderness. Hello? Where's the wilderness? This earth. This life. You can have everything available to you and still miss God. I always go back to that. My doctor heard my testimony and he brushed it off. I could tell he wasn't interested because another doctor was there that was really into what I was saying. I could tell, and I was sharing my testimony trying to make sure she was right with God. But my doctor, my personal doctor, he was like, yeah, well, I heard that before. Then come to find out he was hooked on drugs. Lost his medical license, but thank God I heard he was able to get him back. It took him a few years. Hopefully he's right with God now. But this is what he says in verse 13. And Moses, I'm saying it to y'all, said unto the people, fear ye not. This is before Psalm 23 was written. Fear ye not, stand still. Yes. Can you stand still when the enemy's attacking? Or you going to run and hide? You going to find me, I'm going to stand up. I ain't running from you. I'm going to fight this thing. I'm going to stand on the word, amen? I belong to this planet. I'm only visiting. 120 years and I'm done with it. I'm of the kingdom of God. God placed me in his kingdom. I've been translated into the kingdom of God. So when I'm reading this is for me. It's for you too, if you're in the kingdom. He says, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord. I like that. Because see, a lot of people don't know what salvation means. It doesn't just mean you go into heaven. It has far more depth to it than that. Let me just read this and I'm going to come back and talk about it. Fear not, ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians who you have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Did he do it? Yes. Won't he do it? Yes. Did he do it? Yes. Won't he do it? Yes. Did he do it? Yes. See, when God speaks, you better listen. Because see, he says, stand still and see the salvation. Salvation means that you're about to be saved. I'd be more excited than that. Salvation means welfare. In other words, he's going to take care of what you're concerned about. It also means prosperity. All that's included now. Because if we had time, when they left Egypt, they took all the money. All the money. They paid them back for over 400 years of slavery. They paid them with the gold, baby. Salvation means deliverance, victory, a relationship with God. But the word that stood out to me as I was preparing for this was deliverance. Deliverance. Because see, that word deliverance, see, God is my deliverer. Let me help y'all. He's my deliverer. And see, the word deliverer means, it means that he will carry out a promise. Oh, my goodness. I thought I was talking to believers in here. The word deliver means when God is your deliverer, he will carry out what he promised. That's all we've been reading today. Y'all been working with me. He says he's going to carry it out. The word deliver means release. I'm sorry. Maybe you get more excited. The word release means to be free from confinement. To be free from bondage. I have no habits that can control me. Nothing can control me. Why? Because God has delivered me. He's my deliverer. I had some help in here. Listen, okay, maybe you'll like this one. The word release means you've been released from obligations. Tell them student loan people, I'm released in the name of Jesus. Yeah, they were great help, but then they all want to come back at you and attack your well-being, but I'm released from all ungodly obligations. My only obligation is to God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's what release, that's what deliverance means. I have been delivered from confinement. I've been delivered from bondage. Have I reached anybody here? I've been released from obligations. I've been released from pain. You know, got a chance to go visit my brother-in-law, who's married to my wonderful stepsister for 62 years. And he's got it mostly under control, but every now and then, that grief attacks him because his wife is gone after 62 years. He may be 91 years old, but that thing grips him. But God's telling me, I've been delivered from the things that gave me pain. I'm delivered from it. He's my deliverer. It's not that I don't love them or this, that, and the other. I still love them, but I'm released from the pain. I'm released. That's what he's saying. He's my deliverer. I wish I had more help than that. When I'm released from the debt. Release means you're free from anything that restrains you. Anything that fastens you or tries to hold you in bondage. I'm released. Now, another word for deliver, I like this one too, is rescue. Come on now. I ran out of gas many, many years ago. And I wanted somebody to rescue me. I'm on the interstate on I-10 during lunchtime, the cars just flying by. I'm up there in a 3-piece suit now. Too cheap to get gas. Gas is like 75 cents a gallon. Now it's too cheap. For $2, I wouldn't have to go through that. But I was so glad as I stood there, eventually, somebody rescued me. Come on now. My deliverer, my releaser, my rescuer. Hello? The phone's ringing. I want you to answer. Rescue. Someone who pulls you out of danger. Y'all don't get that? God is my deliverer. He's my rescuer. He will pull you out of danger. He'll pull you out of a circumstance, a bad relationship, a situation, because your eyes and your heart and your trust is in the Lord. He will pull you out. That's why he's my deliverer, amen? He's my rescuer. He's my releaser, amen? He'll pull me out of harm's way. He'll get me out of the attack of the enemy, amen? He will free me. He helps me. So that's why I like that scripture. Turn to Ezekiel 34, verse 12. I know you're going to have to get in the concordance to find it, but that's okay. I don't go there that often either. But you know, if I can find something he promised for one, he doesn't change. Amen. So he'll do it for us all. Right. Amen? Amen? You got Ezekiel 34? Amen. Look what he says in verse 12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day, he's talking about God looking for his flock, that he is among his sheep that are scattered. So will I seek out my sheep. God's looking for me. Here I am, Lord. And will deliver them out of some places. Oh. Wait a minute. Is that in your Bible? Yes. God said he will deliver his sheep out of, how many is all in Japanese? All. How many is all in German? All. How many is all in French? All. How many is all right now? All. He says, deliver out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and the dark day. He's my deliverer. Is he yours? Yes. He's my deliverer. Is he yours? Yes. Turn to Big John chapter 8. If you bear with me, I'm going to give the last leg of this. Big John chapter 8. Because you know the story. This woman was caught in an ungodly relationship. The man was married, but I guess she wasn't. You got John chapter 8. Look at verse 1. And Jesus went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. This, I love preaching. But God wants you to have more teaching than preaching. I love it. Wish I could do more of it, but it's important for you to learn. Learn his ways. Verse 3. And the scribes and the Pharisees brought unto him a woman. See, I always got somebody. Now we up there trying to learn the word of God, and you're going to bring up some mess. Come on now. We all in here, we all in church, we trying to hear that you will come in. Pastor, let me ask you this. What you think about this? And the scribes and the Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst. Now, this peeping Tom is what got David in trouble. When he should have been out there at war, he out there looking at his next door neighbor's wife. Come on now. Yeah. And so now we got the peeping Tom Pharisees. They're looking at what somebody else doing in their house. Because my thing is, how you know? How you know what's going on in another man's house? How you know so long that you can see in there? And they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. They wanted to be specific. And I'm not talking about the ocean. They want to make sure you understand, we caught him. You ever had anybody just trying to catch you doing wrong? That's their whole thing. See, we shouldn't be going around trying to catch our children doing wrong. We should be going around trying to teach them that they won't do wrong. I know we're going to end up catching them, just like I caught my daughter and my son. But that should be our main purpose. Trying to catch them doing wrong. No, we're trying to teach you so you won't do wrong, because you can't be with them 100%. As much as you try and shield them, they're going to be around somebody talking differently than you, somebody using language that's inappropriate, somebody going to say some things that are inappropriate. But you got to train them so when they hear it, they just reject it. So that's why my mother doesn't like to go to the prison. We were sitting outside in the waiting room at the jail while we were in the library ministering to the inmates. And he hated it. So you can't get him, he won't like to even go by the prison. He says, unto the master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now, Moses in the law, now remember, Jesus came to redeem the law, to give us life, commanded us that such should be stoned, but what saith thou? See, it was so devastating when the church, I've been in the church like that, when somebody would make a mistake, the pastor would make you stand up and apologize to the congregation. I'm not all the way with that because I don't want to embarrass you. You messed up. I need you to repent. Let's get right with God. Let God be your judge. Because he told us not to judge you. Because it's by the grace of God, I'm not caught up in what you got caught up in. Amen. There were some things that I was involved with, but I was able to walk away because of God's grace. His grace gave me the strength that I don't have to ever go into another nightclub, another bar. I don't ever have to have another drink. Never. Never. But at one time in my life, I thought I could not go without a drink. I thought I couldn't go without doing what they do in them nightclubs. Same thing, standing there bopping their head to nothing. Verse 6. Then this they said, tempting him that they might have to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground as though he heard them not. In other words, I was trying to share it with somebody else. I've been a pastor a while. And I treat people the way they treat me. And I try to treat them better in some cases. But I can hear a lot of negative things about you. But as long as you stay right with me, I'm not gonna judge you. It ain't for me to judge anyway. If anything, if I hear it, I'm going to pray and see if I can help you if you are involved with what they say. Because see, I know, I've been around people, they'll lie. Or they won't catch you doing wrong, but they don't want to talk about the fact that they peep in tongues. All up in your neighbor's business. I guess this is an original porno movie. Huh? They're all up in the neighbor's house watching what they're doing. Verse 7. So when they continued asking him, see now, this is Jesus you're talking to. If he don't respond, it means shut up and pray about it, go and do something else. He lifted up himself and said unto them, he that is, see now, let me tell you this, them gossipers, they'll quit bringing you that gossip when they come to you and you say, he who is without sin, cast the first stone. I don't want to hear that about Sister Lettuce. Stay out of Brother Tomato's business. Don't come to me about nothing about Brother Apple. And Lord, I don't hear nothing bad about Mr. Banana. Ain't none of my bees naives. You'll get that tomorrow. He that is without sin among you, let him cast a stone at her. Let him first cast a stone. See, it will stop a lot of things. But remember, Jesus is our deliverer. He's looking to get you out of what you're dealing with, even if you caused the mess. Our rescuer. Is he your rescuer? Yes. Is he your deliverer? Yes. Is he? Is he really now? Yes. And they said again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Verse 8, verse 9. And they which heard it, being convicted of their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest even unto the last. And that's the way you should do them gossipers. Well, Pastor, I know you like to hear a good story. Yeah, I do. But I got to limit myself because I can't let that affect me. That's why I try not to look and see what people give. I got a pretty good idea. I ain't stupid. But I try not to look because I don't want to treat you any type of way because you give a lot and you give none. God's got to train you to give. Not me. If you don't value what God is doing, that's between you and God. If you don't see what God has made available for you, I can't make you do it. If God can't make it, I certainly can. I certainly can. And he says, verse 10, when Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are thine accusers? Have no man condemned thee? And this is what I love. She said, No man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, Neither do I. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to help you find a deliverer. Let him get you out of the mess you're in. Amen. Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. That's what repentance is all about. Yeah, you're going to sin, but you don't have to keep sinning. He says, go and sin no more. He's my deliverer. Is he yours? He's my rescue. Is he yours? He's my releaser. Is he yours? Oh, I think I'm in the right group tonight. Thank you, Lord God, because you and you alone are my deliverer. In Jesus' name. Amen, amen.